Homespot family, ready to turn simple beach finds into head-turning garden art? Today, we are taking raw driftwood and transforming it into rustic, coastal decor that elevates your outdoor space. From arches to planters, each idea is budget-friendly, durable, and packed with seaside character. Stick around, get inspired, and let's bring the shore to your backyard. Welcome to a garden shaped by the sea, where two tall driftwood trunks and a weathered crosspiece gather breeze and sunlight into a simple gateway. The arch hints at discovery beyond, guiding your steps onto a crushed shell path bordered by grasses that sway like small waves. Bleached grain and salt scars tell stories of storms survived. As you pass beneath, the frame catches sky, leaf, and horizon, turning arrival into ritual. Humble and handmade, the arch invites lingering, promising that ordinary moments can feel coastal, calm, and quietly magical right at your own front path. Picture a winding flower bed edged with straight, sea-worn sticks laid end to end, their tones shifting from warm sand to soft gray. This border is honest and low, yet it organizes everything around it, keeping gravel in place and blooms presented. Variations in thickness create rhythm, like drift lines on a beach after tide. The eye follows the line and naturally slows down. Kneel to notice textures. Sip the herbal scent rising from sage and lavender, and let this handmade edge whisper that care and patience shape the most welcoming garden rooms. Imagine path junctions marked by upright driftwood stumps, each one a small monument, rising from gravel like a tide-polished relic. Their cracked ends and twisted silhouettes point the way without shouting. Some lean a little, some stand firm, all different, all perfectly at ease. Morning light touches their edges and makes the grain glow. Ferns curl at their feet, moss claims the shadows. These markers guide more than direction. They guide your pace and mood. Walk slower, notice more, and feel the woodland calm deepen with every gentle turn and softly defined choice. See thin, bleached branches woven in a loose lattice, tied with jute, lifting vines toward warm thin air. The pattern is irregular yet confident, a handmade geometry that complements the soft curves of jasmine and peas. Sun pours through and paints striped shadows across soil, pots, and leaves. You can hear it creak lightly in wind, a friendly sound of garden structure alive with growth. This trellis does not try to be perfect. It tries to be helpful. It becomes a vertical invitation, giving plants support, giving eyes a pause, and giving spaces gentle rhythm. Picture flat driftwood pieces joined into a low raft set on gravel, its edges lined with moss like a coastline. Inside, rosette succulents and trailing strands settle into sandy soil, their forms crisp and sculptural. The planter reads like a small island, a calm anchor for a patio or path bend. Every surface offers contrast, smooth leaf against rough wood, silvered bark beside powdery greens. It requires little water, little fuss, and gives back a lot of presence. Season by season, the raft matures, holding warmth, memory, and the simple pleasure of textures and harmony. Along a dark fence, curved driftwood arcs create natural pockets lined with cocoa fiber, each one a little balcony for herbs and trailing vines. The pockets step upward in staggered rhythm, pulling the gaze higher, lifting the whole space. Ivy spills, nasturtiums flare, mint perfumes the air. Screws are neat, edges sanded, and the contrast between pale wood and charcoal background makes greens glow. This design borrows height from the boundary and turns it into a living wall. It is tidy, repeatable, and generous, giving small plants a stage and small spaces surprising depth. Stout driftwood chunks stack like a cairn, steady and simple, holding a shallow stone dish filled with clear water. Ripples spread when a finch lands, and nearby thyme brushes the air with fragrance. Early light paints the wood in honey tones, while the bowl mirrors sky and leaf. The pedestal feels both ancient and playful, a signal to wildlife that this garden has room for their needs. With each visit, birds write small stories in sound and motion. You tend the water, and the pedestal returns song, flutter, and the reassurance that nature trusts this place. Along a pergola beam, slender driftwood pieces hang at staggered lengths, quietly tapping when a breeze moves through. Their rhythm is visual as much as musical, a line of notes floating above planters and seating. The chords almost disappear, letting the soft shapes read as hovering strokes. Afternoon light warms edges. Shadows flicker across cushions and pavers. The sound is gentle, more breath than bell, carrying memory of shoreline walks. This screen softens hard lines without closing space, adding privacy you feel as atmosphere rather than walls, turning passing wind into a companionable instrument. Driftwood hoop cradles a solar lantern above a small seating circle, sending warm patterned light over gravel and chairs. The hoop swings slightly, always returning to center, like tide returning to shore. Beneath it, rosemary releases scent whenever someone settles in. At dusk, the lantern wakes, casting a halo that frames conversation, reflection, or a quiet cup of tea. The cradle whispers that lighting can be tender, not just bright. It is a beacon for evening moments, proof that a few found branches can hold space for connection under a friendly sky. A hollow branch directs a clear arc into a small pond edged with stone and grass, making a single ribbon of movement that calms the air. The cut end shows grain like rings on a map, carrying water as if it always belonged to that path. Droplets catch light, then vanish into ripples that play against marsh plants. The sound is low and steady, a soft reminder to slow your breathing. This spout tucks into a corner with humility, but it changes the whole garden, layering sound, shine, and the promise of coolness on warm days. At the base of a gnarled tree, a tiny neighborhood appears, with driftwood walls, twig roofs, pebble steps, and moss set like miniature lawns. You do not need to see its residents. The charm lies in suggestion. A shell becomes a window, a bark scrap becomes a door, a matchstick becomes a bench. Morning mist turns the scene to story, and children, guests, or a quiet corner of yourself all smile. These small houses teach scale and wonder, reminding you that a garden holds worlds within worlds, and that imagination is its own kind of sunlight. Thin driftwood letters spell herbs or kitchen garden on a reclaimed board. Their irregular edges sanded smooth, their spacing calm and friendly. Mounted at the bed entrance, the sign feels both label and welcome. Bees drift through marigolds. Basil pushes fragrant leaves to the edge. The wood's soft gray complements green in every shade. This sign does not brand the space. It curates a mood. It speaks in a modest voice that says, "Come close, pinch a leaf, taste what grows here." A name, well made, turns a patch of plants into a place. Pale poles rise and taper, tied with jute at regular intervals, forming a driftwood obelisk that invites vines to climb. The structure is light, the presence strong, like a lighthouse built for stems and tendrils. Sweet peas weave through, blossoms stacking in tiers of color and scent. The pattern of crossings casts shadows on soil, a quiet geometry that shifts with the sun. This is useful beauty, a frame that understands growth, offering guidance instead of control. By summer, it becomes living architecture where plant and would share the work of reaching a little higher. A reclaimed plank becomes a bench when driftwood stumps take the role of legs and branchy arms frame the seat. Set on a compacted gravel pad, the bench reads sturdy yet relaxed, inviting books, laughter, or quiet stares into middle distance. The grain in plank and branch answers each other like distant cousins. Cushions are optional, character is not. This seat proves that comfort is partly structure and partly story. Every time you sit, you lean into it shaped by water and time, and rise calmer, as if the tide had crossed your thoughts. Three straight branches meet at a lashing to form a tripod, lifting terracotta pots to layered heights. Grouped together, they make a small skyline for a shaded corner, where blooms and trailing greens appear at new eye levels. Feet sit steady, knots lie tidy. The arrangement feels intentional yet loose. You can switch plantings with the seasons without moving the stands, letting color and texture cycle through the same graceful frame. This is modular elegance, a set of simple risers that expand space by stacking it, creating a vertical garden chorus from beech fountain. Round slices of driftwood sink into compacted gravel, forming a dotted path that reads like a necklace laid across the ground. Each slice shows rings and cracks, a fingerprint of weather and time. Light filters through branches above and flickers across their faces. Shells tucked between pieces sparkle in tiny ways. The path slows your stride just enough to notice the bed's details. The way leaves lean toward light, the way air cools in shade. Practical and poetic, these steppers are maintenance-friendly and mood-rich, giving even a short walk a sense of arrival. Plain posts transform when spiraled with driftwood branches pinned in a subtle helix, turning structure into sculpture. The wraps add shadow, texture, and a quiet coastal line that repeats up the column like a tide mark. Overhead, vines and string lights weave through beams, and late sun rakes across the wood, drawing long layered patterns on deck boards. Nothing is fussy, everything feels considered. The pergola becomes a host with presence, not just cover. In summer evenings, it frames conversation and breeze, reminding everyone that design can be both gentle and unforgettable. Thin driftwood lengths weave between two sturdy posts, over and under, until a semi-opaque wall forms that breathes with wind. The gaps belong to air and light, keeping the space open while giving seats a sense of enclosure. The varied bleached hues read like notes in a calm chord. At blue hour, a small fire bowl sends warmth and glow against the pale wood, and voices settle into softer tones. This screen sets boundaries without pressure, turning a corner of the garden into a refuge that still welcomes sky. That is the magic of Driftwood, Homespot crew. Humble pieces shaped by the sea becoming soulful garden art. You now have fresh inspiration to build, plant, and style with confidence. If this episode sparked ideas for your yard, please tap like, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a new release. Share your favorite idea in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.